Alright, so we have the three trig functions, sine, cosine, and tangent, which I wrote on the left over here. We really never did very much with tangent, but remember that once you really have sine and cosine, the u and v values, if you will, of a coordinate of a point, then getting tangent is really easy. You just divide v by u instead of, by the hypotenuse. We're gonna do three more trig functions. At first they may seem a little redundant, but they are used often enough in various things like science and astronomy and being pirates or whatever that we do want to give them their own special names. The first one is the secant. You may remember that there's this thing called the tangent of a circle, and then we had the tangent function or the tangent measure or whatever, but now we have the other one, which is secant. Awesome. Secant is 1 over cosine. Take 1, divide by the cosine of the angle, you get the secant. Cosecant is 1 over sine. Cotangent, are you ready for this? 1 over tangent. That's pretty much it. We're actually done. Right? Secant is 1 over cosine, cosecant is 1 over sine, cotangent is 1 over tangent. Just, you want the cosecant, find the sine, and, 1 over that. That's pretty much it. And I mean, the thing is that the hard part is really remembering these things, because secant isn't really sine, doesn't go with sine, it goes with cosine, and cosecant goes with sine, and it's super confusing. And then cotangent goes with tangent, and not like some other thing. So it gets super confusing if you don't have them all really in your head, as in like having these 3 definitions memorized, but other than that, the calculations are really simple. Yes, there's one more thing to do, which is to look at tangent. So remember that sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So we're kind of going back to the original right triangle trig stuff. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. I'm going to do something really crazy now. Okay. Expanding the fraction. Hypotenuse would cancel out, but so that these two things are the same thing. But remember, the opposite over hypotenuse is sine theta. And hypotenuse over adjacent, that's like upside down cosine. So that's 1 over cosine. Or if you want to use the new fancy word, secant. So really, tangent of theta is sine times 1 over cosine, or sine divided by cosine. And I think you probably know this already from regular right triangle trigonometry, but if you didn't, really useful. Tangent is really kind of extraneous in the sense that sine and cosine are the ones you need to calculate, and then once you have those, tangent is just sine over cosine, and secant, cosecant, cotangent, poof, they come out really easily. And I guess the last thing is to say that cotangent is equal to 1 over tangent, or the reciprocal of tangent, which means it's cosine over sine. So you can find cotangent directly from cosine and sine. So pretty much all these 6 trig functions, the 2 that you really need to do first are sine and cosine. And then everything else is just, simple reciprocating, or like putting things in fractions and canceling, or pressing several buttons on a calculator. And that's pretty much it.